Hello and welcome. You have landed on another episode of Menstrual Mondays, brought to you by A Better World to Bleed In. I'm so sorry, I'm just going to say this straight away about the noises. I can't find a time in the day to record these videos when there is not construction happening, so we're just going to have to deal with it until I can fund myself a little helpful mic or a soundproofed studio. So my name is Isobel Ripley. I'm a certified fertility awareness educator, and it is my mission to help women, especially those in highly active careers, dancers, athletes, busybodies, to bring back regulation to their cycles, or just to regulate their cycles that may have never been regulated before, and to overcome challenging cycle symptoms, and to really learn to understand your cycle as a fifth vital sign of your overall health. We are talking today about the power of knowing your vitamin A to take your cycle from meh to And there's certainly no magic pill or supplement, but really just understanding that, girl, if you have a nutrient deficiency, that just is not helping you in feeling good and having an enjoyable time. So imagine yourself as the fertility goddess that you are. Fertility is not always about having babies. Fertility is about you being able to express your most creative desires and live in your fullest, most vital self. Know that nourishing yourself through whole foods and through delicious, nutritious, rich, good quality foods is your birthright and what your menstrual cycle truly is craving. So you might have heard about vitamin A, especially the word retinol, from other YouTube channels which talk more in the realm of skincare, and that's because vitamin A is very powerful in its cell rejuvenation properties. That's not exactly the realm that we're talking about it today, but there is actually research going on into the application of a topical retinol vitamin A, similar to what you would put on your face, applying that topically to the cervix, which is the neck of the uterus, to help aiding in repairing damage to the cervix cells or abnormal cervical cells, such as cervical dysplasia and cervical ectropion. So just an interesting tidbit about that crossover. Skincare and menstrual cycle health crossover, love it. So you're gonna wanna listen up today if you are struggling with PMS or irregular cycles or unexplained infertility, because vitamin A has been known to really support both male and female fertility in general. For female reproduction, it is essential for hormone production, so estrogen and progesterone, for egg maturation, so the whole process of the follicular phase and ovulation. And then in pregnancy, it is essential for the baby's fetal development, specifically in terms of brain, eyes, lungs, let me just check, thyroid, limbs, and immune system. And then on the other side of the coin, when we have deficiency in vitamin A, what we're looking at is delayed ovulation, impaired hormone production overall of the cycle. So of course that's going to lead you to many other symptoms such as PMS, such as period pain. It's affecting the whole cycle essentially. And then when it comes to conception, what we can see is higher miscarriage rates and also challenges in the fetal development in the womb. And then finally, anemia is something that many of us menstruating members of society struggle with. Vitamin A is one part of a whole teamwork of nutrients which are vital for supporting iron and reducing our risk of anemia. And in fact, vitamin A is so essential for both male and female fertility that there are actually studies and research being done into the possibility of a male contraceptive pill which works by blocking the retinol receptors so that the man is made infertile. Up to you to decide whether you think that's a good thing to be blocking vitamin receptors in the body for the purposes of contraception, but it just goes to show the vital role that vitamin A in the retinol form provides for reproductive health. All vitamin A is not created equal. All vitamin A is not created equal. So we have two types. We've got the carotene type and we've got the retinol type. Carotene comes in the provitamin A form, which means that it needs to be transformed into retinol in order to be absorbed correctly in the body, whereas retinol is in the preformed version of vitamin A, which means it's ready and available immediately. The ability for the body to transform provitamin A into preformed retinol, that ability is quite limited in most individuals. It is affected, for example, by our genetics. And so most of us really struggle with that, I keep saying transformation, but there's another word for it, conversion. The conversion rate of carotene to retinol is quite low. So most individuals do need a source of retinol in the diet. Now, the carotene vitamin A is found in things like leafy green vegetables, it's found in carrots, in amaranth, in oranges, and retinol is found solely in fatty animal sources such as liver, butter, egg yolks, tallow, and seafood. So this is where debate comes in around vegetarian and vegan diets and the lack of availability of certain nutrients which you just can't get through plant sources alone. And it doesn't really work to just binge on the provitamin A carotenoids just to kind of overwhelm your body with vitamin A in the hope that you will convert a little bit into retinol, because it's been suggested through study that actually the more carotenoids that are present in the body, actually then the less retinol is able to be absorbed. So actually it's kind of this counterbalancing. So let's think about how can we get retinol in our diet. And liver is certainly the best way we can do this. I'm talking about chicken liver, beef liver, lamb liver, any liver that you want. The amount of nutrients present in beef liver is the most, but there is, it's still extremely high in chicken, for example. And chicken is potentially more accessible than the beef liver option because it can be a very acquired taste. It's a meaty one. And if you're not used to it, it can be quite a lot when you first start eating it. So chicken liver is a little bit easier to start with. It is the highest density nutrient-wise food on the planet. People often refer to it as nature's multivitamin. It contains a variety of essential menstrual cycle vitamins and minerals, nutrients such as choline, many B vitamins including folate, vitamin A, of course, K2, iron, copper, and zinc. And remember I mentioned the team who work to reduce your risk of anemia? Well, every single one of those nutrients is present in liver. In fact, liver is such a superfood that in many traditional cultures, when a young couple was married, they would be reserved the liver and also the other organ meats from an animal that had been recently butchered in order to prepare them for pregnancy. So for your reference, there is absolutely zero vitamin A retinol found in carrots, found in kale, or found in chicken. In red meat, there is a trace of it, but in 100 grams of beef liver, there is 31,718 international units of vitamin A in the retinol form. Amazing. Sadly, there is a little fear-mongering around vitamin A, especially when it comes to gestation and conception. But this fear is related to synthetic vitamin A supplementation, not through vitamin A through food. There was one case study of a woman who was taking the equivalent of 400,000 international units of vitamin A supplementary for around 8 years, and she suffered with birth defects. But you would have to eat 3 pounds of beef liver or 6 pounds of chicken liver every single day for 8 years to reach that same amount. So don't be afraid. Eat liver once a week, just 100 grams, or every 2 weeks, or just when you can. And this is going to significantly boost your nourishment and your ability to make your hormones, your ability to ovulate optimally. You can start off with supplementary desiccated liver capsules, and I'll link some options below. This can be a really great way of just starting with liver. You can open up the capsules and sprinkle them on your food if you're not a fan of swallowing caps. You can chop it up into small pieces, put it in the freezer, and then take those frozen pieces, swallow them down even. You can hide liver in stews, in bolognese. You can enjoy a liver pate. You can easily make a liver pate at home with just liver and some spices and cream. You can put it on toast for your snacks. What else can you do? Just slowly try it. You might find you acquire the taste. I personally have. It took me about 3 months where I would purposefully eat some liver, and at first I wanted to gag. I really didn't like it. So take it from me, it is possible. Let me know in the comments if there is another food you'd like to learn about, or a specific challenge that you're having with your cycle that you would like me to help you read up on and get empowered and educated. All my love, and see you next time.